where our goal, let's try that again. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of the CESLC Insider, where our goal is to have you tune in every other Wednesday for education on topics that matter to you. I'm your host today, Angelique Jackson, and I'm the Manager of Business Development and Marketing here at Charles E. Smith Life. Again, we welcome you, and please, we're in a little bit of a different setup today, so I'll be looking here for any questions that you have, and we will make sure that we get to those. We would like to dedicate this episode to giving you an inside look at our very own residences here at Charles E. Smith Life Communities, highlighting the exceptional experiences and the care that we provide. Joining us today, we have Deanna Ziemba, Vice President of Business Development and Marketing, and Mr. Greg Smythe, Sales Counselor for Ring House, Landau House, and Cohen-Rosen House. Thank you both for joining us today. Now, before we dive and focus on Ring House, could you give us a little overview of Charles E. Smith Life Communities?
Absolutely. Good afternoon, everybody. It is such a pleasure to be here, and thank you so much for joining us today, and hope that you are all doing well. And it's such an honor to be here at Charles E. Smith Life Communities. For over 100 years, Charles E. Smith Life Communities, we have remained committed, excuse me, I apologize, my mask is coming down, to providing quality care and meaningful life experiences to older adults. On any given day, those we serve are living their best lives on our campus in Rockville, Maryland, just outside Washington, D.C. Among the lifestyles we offer to over 1,100 older adults on our 38-acre campus are Revitz and Ring House residents. We promote vibrant and healthy and independent living, apartment style living. And Landau and Cohen-Rosen, where assisted living is available, and additional memory support for those who are living with cognitive decline. And for those who require a short stay, our therapy and medical teams are available at Warren Slavin Post-Acute Center, located in the Heber home of Greater Washington, and where we also provide long-term care nursing.
Thank you so much for that description, and it sounds like it's a whole continuum of care we provide. So would you say that CESLC is also a continuing care retirement community or a CCRC?
So Angelique, that is definitely a fabulous question and can be an extremely confusing question for many of our families, for our seniors, for the community at large. Because we are a senior living community where we offer a vast amount of senior living services. So we offer, as I shared, we offer independent living, we offer assisted living, we offer memory care, we offer post-acute care services, and we also offer long-term care. We are not what they call a CCRC. Many CCRCs require a very large entrance fee or investment, a buy-in on the front end of moving into a community like that. Those can range anywhere from $100,000+ to at times over $1 million. Here at Charles E. Smith, we don't have that type of a buy-in. We have individuals who join our community at any level of care. So some individuals join us for a short stay, as we said, at our Warren Slavin Post-Acute Care Center, may stay with us for 30 days. We have individuals who come into Ring House or Revitz House, can live with us for 10 years, then maybe move to our Landau house or Cohen-Rosen, then could potentially move to our Hebrew home of Greater Washington. But we are not licensed as a CCRC. We don't have that investment on the front end, but we do offer all of the levels of care here at Charles E. Smith Life Community. But it is a great question because it does get extremely confusing out there.
Extremely confusing, and thank you so much for that information and clearing that up for us. So, Greg, I want to talk to you, and I really want to dig deep in Ringhouse, your independent living residence. Can you share with us an overview of that residence?
Sure. So good afternoon to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here as well. So Ringhouse is our premier independent living community comprised of 250 apartment homes on what we call the west side of campus here.
Okay, so you said over 250 apartment homes. That is a lot. So how many apartment style homes do you offer over there at Ringhouse, Greg?
We actually have 6 different styles for families and individuals to choose from. We start with a smaller studio apartment.
Okay.
And then we actually have 2 sizes of 1-bedroom apartments where you have a living room and a bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also offer a 1-bedroom with an alcove, which is kind of a large 1-bedroom with a bump out space that's great for an office or a small dining area.
Okay.
And then we also have 2 sizes of our 2-bedroom apartments.
Okay.
So
that's
a lot of styles to choose from.
a lot of variety, and we know that people like variety, correct?
Most definitely.
And so you mentioned earlier when Deanna was talking about the difference between our community here at Charles E. Smith Life Community and the CCRC, and she mentioned about a community fee. Can you tell me what that community fee covers? Because I know everybody wants to know.
Sure. We do have a small community fee. It's $5,000, and that really covers the refresh on apartments for new residents arriving, and also a portion of that goes for common area, common ground maintenance, so that everything looks top notch.
Thank you.
Currently, though, this is a big deal for us. Currently, we're actually, for a limited time, we're waiving that $5,000 community fee.
Oh,
So it's a great time for people to consider Ringhouse.
wonderful. So do you hear that? For a limited time, waiving the community fee. So thank you so much for that. And so when we talk about, it's a rental, so the apartment home.
Right.
So what services are included in that monthly fee for your residents?
Great question.
So yeah, that's probably something we should clarify. We may not have clarified that when we were talking kind of back about being a CCRC, not the entrance fee. We are a rental. I'm not sure I did a clarify that in my description, so I do apologize. We are a rental community when you come to us at Ringhouse and Revit's house as well. So we are month-to-month rental with, as Greg shared, that small community fee when you move into us. And then we have our monthly fee, as we're just getting ready to talk about, that really covers just a large variety of different amazing amenities when you move in. So I'll let Greg talk a little bit about all those great amenities.
We're excited.
Definitely. Yeah, so what we offer is truly maintenance-free living. We cover breakfast and dinner. The kitchen or the apartments are equipped with beautiful kitchens, so you have the option to cook in your apartment. But we do include breakfast and dinner in our spectacular dining room. We have an award-winning chef. We have a kosher menu, which is great for a lot of people that prefer that. And we also have a cafe where people can pick up a sandwich as well. So we have dining options covered. We also include weekly housekeeping. So we will actually clean and dust your apartment and clean your bathroom and even change your linens if you like. We can do all that. There are washers and dryers in the apartments as well. So you can do your laundry right in your apartment.
Okay.
So it's truly maintenance-free living. We have a maintenance department that can handle any minor issues that may pop up. We can send somebody right up and fix a leaky faucet or anything that might happen. So all that's right in-house.
Okay. Anything else?
Oh, so some of the things I love, I will say, no lawn, no snow removal, which is exciting. And then I think some of the things that most people really enjoy about living with us here at Charles A. Smith Life Community and Ring House is our lifestyle. Our lifestyle is just so robust.
Mhm.
So if you like fitness, we've got a fitness center and a great wellness program that goes with that. And that is combined between our culinary department as well as our wellness team that really, it's so robust.
Mhm.
You can be as involved or as you want, or not as involved as you obviously as you like to be. And so we have just, it's so enriched. We have great outings. And so, you know, as we all know, it was a tough year this past year. And so our residents are so excited because they're out doing outings again. As the, you know, the world is starting to open back up, we're able to get back out to the theaters and to museums and to all the outings that they're used to getting out to. You know, last year before, you know, everything transpired, they had the opportunity to go to New York City and, you know, have great outings to different places, and they help plan those events and decide where they want to go. And so, you know, the bus is on the move again, and that is just fabulous. And our music program is award winning. We have a trio that plays before dinner. They do one-on-one music therapy. I will say the first time I ever walked into Ring House and I heard this music, I thought that it was played on the sound system. It was not.
Wow.
It was a trio playing in the lobby. It was absolutely the most beautiful music I've heard. Lauren is the one who manages that program and is absolutely unbelievable. And it's not just at Ring House, it's throughout Charles E. Smith Life Communities. We have a creative art therapist on campus who works with our residents as well. We have theater program, exercise program, security. I'm looking at my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. We have special dining events, cooking shows. I mean, it just really, it just is absolutely fabulous. We have a beauty salon on, we have a library. I mean, just so many things to talk about that really are included in your monthly fees.
So that is amazing. It seems like the residents would never have to leave or want for anything.
No, it just really is. It's pretty exciting.
I always like to tell people that we're not really just leasing a senior apartment. We're providing an entire lifestyle.
Yes.
Which is pretty amazing.
So just not having to worry about mowing the lawn or shoveling the drive, or I guess worrying about what to do on the weekends. You guys, sounds like Greenhouse
There are
has it
things
pretty
going
covered.
on every single day in the community.
Okay, I love that.
Friday is the Olympics, just to let you know. They're having the senior
Ring House Olympics.
Oh, wow. So that's exciting. So is that a competition with the residents and?
Residents as well as staff.
Oh, so, okay.
Yes.
So real community feel over there.
Most definitely.
So thank you again. And I wanted to circle back again, just because, you know, all of the fees and everybody wants to know, what about utilities? Are they included in your monthly fee?
At Ring House, utilities actually are an additional fee. We basically have everything activated, but it's a separate bill as opposed to your rent bill. And that utility bill really covers your water and your electric.
Okay.
So that's separate. And then if you also had cable TV or internet, that would be something that you would set up through Comcast.
Okay, awesome.
But the utilities are reasonable. It's right around $100 or so a month. So certainly much less than what most people are paying at their home or condo. So
that's completely reasonable. Yes, it is. So you had so many things that you guys discussed, of all of the amenities at Greenhouse, and I did want to circle back to a few more, because everybody wants to know about food, right? Can you tell me or elaborate a little bit about your meal program there?
Again, we provide breakfast and dinner in our main dining room. And then we also have our Ring House Cafe.
Okay.
That has a deli style menu, fresh soups, salads, sandwiches that residents can actually order. They can actually call down from their apartment, order, and have it delivered up to their apartment. So that's really a nice benefit.
Oh, very convenient, especially being able to deliver your meals to the apartment.
Most definitely. And then in our main dining room, the food is spectacular. We have such a variety of things on the menu. I think last night we had, I think it was salmon and Cornish game hens, I believe, were the two main entrees.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then there's an everyday menu that people can pick from if they want an alternative choice.
Okay.
So I think pretty much everyone can always find something that they will enjoy for dinner.
So again, lots of options to choose from.
Most definitely.
Okay.
So I did want to also share, so in addition to obviously our dining room and we do keep kosher in our dining room and our cafe.
Mhm.
The residents do have the option, how they wanna, whether they wanna keep kosher or not in their apartments.
Right.
That is their decision. But we also offer, what we call our Culinary Exploration, which is a cooking show with our chef. It is an activity. They they teach, it's like a cooking show and class with our chef that is hosted for the residents, which is really exciting. It's a lot of fun. During COVID, we hosted that same show and we did it virtual. So we were able to host it for our in-house TV channel, which was really exciting. So we could continue to host the great lifestyle, but we did it for our in-house TV, which was really exciting. And then we also have some different culinary programs. So Oh So Good is our healthy program that we have. So it's the foods are made nutritious. So there's a cookie, gosh, I'm trying to remember the cookie, but it's made with applesauce and cranberries and oats. So it's healthy. So all of them are really designed to be nutritious, but delicious.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so they really are really working to create some just amazing programs for the residents as well.
And then it's refreshing to hear that it's centered around healthy eating.
Yes.
As well as a healthy lifestyle.
Mhm.
So, wow. I'm
So, yeah.
hungry.
And by all means, you can get a delicious chocolate chip cookie to us if you want that. So not just the healthy ones.
Oh, I'm hungry now. So you also mentioned that outings and bus trips. I mean, where are we going? Or did it? Excuse me, but yeah, where are we going? What different? Where are we going on trips and things
Yeah,
like
we
that?
are out and about. When things started opening up again in May,
Mhm.
our buses came back into action. So we have a really, really busy schedule during the week. They're going on shopping outings. I think the other day they went to Wegmans in the morning. In the afternoon, they went to Walmart and the dollar store. They're going to restaurant outings now. They're going to visit museums. They're going on scenic drives in the area. I think there's some longer distance trips planned for the fall, where I believe they're going to Philadelphia. So they're really, really very, very active.
That's very exciting. And again, I just keep coming back to how it's just such an involved community where they're able to decide in the planning of the outings and the trips and places that they'd like to be at. And
Right.
I feel like that's super important.
Yeah, what I like best about our transportation, our program and our outings is that people can move to Ringhouse and they don't need a car. So
right.
a lot of people are kind of on the verge of possibly, giving up a car, and they can come here safely and not have to worry about driving.
I like that. Just me thinking, like, I like that. And then it's so important to have those outings to the grocery because, they do have a full service kitchen, as you said, in their home.
Right.
And they do need toiletries for everything else in the apartment. So that's wonderful and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, we can't wait to hear about your award-winning lifestyle programs. So, guys, can you guys both give us a little overview, a little snippet of all that?
Well, we've spoken already about the music program, which is something that really, really sets us apart. Our trio is called the Iris Music Project,
Okay.
and they are extraordinary. They're comprised of a cello player, a violinist, and a pianist, and they play probably 4 to 5 concerts a week in the community.
Wow.
So it's really amazing. Sometimes they'll set up in the theater, other times they'll be in the lobby.
Mhm.
So the music is really pervasive throughout the community.
And then can you repeat the name of the trio for everybody?
The Iris Music Project.
The Iris Music
IRIS
Project.
Music Project. Yes, they're amazing. In addition to that, we have a great art studio. So if we have some artists that would love to come to the community, we have a great space for them to work in.
Mhm.
And we do also have an art instructor that comes over to work with the residents.
Wow. So our creative arts instructor?
Yes, we
Oh.
do art therapy, a
Mhm.
lot of different opportunities.
I might. Tell me when I can move in. No.
I also think it's important, obviously, wellness is really big, and we have our, our wellness director. And then I think, obviously, Rabbi on campus, really helping to engage with our residents with Shabbat services, celebrating all of our holidays. Our high holidays are coming up. I just had the opportunity to see our program for the high holidays, and just so involved with all of our residents, and it's just wonderful. Our residents really enjoy it, and it's amazing. I mean, he's so involved with them
Mhm.
individually, but then also celebrating
Mhm.
and enjoying our services coming up. So he's really been working hard to plan for this year. Obviously, last year we did them virtually
Mhm.
for all of our residents. So, really looking forward to services this year. Being able to have them in person is going to be wonderful for us and for all of our residents, most importantly. So yes, our programming is just amazing, and that we have the ability to have very specialized music, religious holidays, having our art therapy on campus, and they are large groups, but then they're also one-on-one, which is really amazing.
Well, so we're hitting the person as a whole, their physical,
Yes.
their spiritual, and family as well.
Absolutely.
So, and you mentioned COVID, so I have a question. So during COVID and beyond, tell us how you were innovative and used technology to continue to provide an enriched lifestyle for your residents.
And I'll be happy to kind of start there. So for those of you who probably don't know, because I haven't had a chance to meet you, I had the pleasure and honor to be the interim executive director at Ring House during COVID until we had Simone Brock join us, who is our executive director there today, who is absolutely amazing. And so we utilized our in-house television during COVID and continue to use it. And it was absolutely a lifesaver and just amazing. And so it gave us the opportunity to really embrace the lifestyle that we always had in person, to be able to continue that with our residents in their apartment. So having, as many of you have probably been in a hotel and they have a in-house, but this was a little bit different because it was live. So we could have live events, but all the residents had the opportunity to engage with it while they're in their apartment. So our music program, we had it, we continue to have it in their apartments.
Nice.
Our culinary events, we still had it, they were just in their apartments. I started to host a new news so that I could communicate with our residents every single day, what's happening, giving them information. As we all know, COVID changed daily, things were happening constantly, and we could constantly communicate with our residents. We hosted town hall meetings with all of our families so that we could communicate with them. They knew what was happening on an ongoing basis. So important, that communication. So we really embraced technology. We implemented telehealth so that our residents could see their physicians, whether it was our physicians at Hirsch, which is our on-site medical team that is in our Ring House community, our Hirsch physicians, we could do telehealth with them, or whether they saw a physician or a specialist outside of the community, we are able to do telehealth and can continue to do telehealth with their physician. So we really took technology and we embraced it and we ran with it, and we are able to really continue to support our residents each and every day.
And that's so important now as the world opens up, you know, and there's still a little, you know, there's still some people that are a little hesitant, and it's nice to know that you have the technology and you've embraced it to stay connected with your residents and keep that robust life and leisure program alive and healthy. So thank you.
And we're continuing. So
Yeah.
the great thing about it is the things that we're doing in the community, we're still utilizing that in-house television. So those residents who may not want to come to everything in person, they still have that ability to participate in their rooms. Many of them really enjoyed exercise that way.
Yeah.
So they still have that opportunity, which is just outstanding.
Yeah, it is outstanding, especially exercise. You know, some of us can be a little self-conscious exercising in front of people. So if I can do it in the privacy and comfort of my own home, I'll embrace that.
Especially some of us who might have gained some of that, what do they call it, the COVID-15 or whatever.
COVID cushion.
I might get a COVID-25.
Yeah, so,
Mm.
and it does look like we're getting quite a few questions.
We
over
are
there,
getting
so that's
quite a few
exciting.
questions. I am excited to get to those here shortly. And Justin, I know people are wanting to know too, what about pets? Do you guys, are we allowed to have pets here at the community? Is there a limit to like the amount of pets that you can have, or size, weight?
We certainly allow pets. We love our pets. We have some dogs in the community as well as a number of cats. So we're definitely pet friendly. I believe our weight limit's about 20 pounds. So we try to keep 20 or under. And I believe the limit's 2. So,
Okay, so 2 pets under 20 pounds.
under 20
everyone.
pounds.
So good. So we welcome pets here.
Yes,
Wonderful.
most definitely.
So I do want to get a chance to get to some questions here. So this
That'd
is
be great.
exciting from everybody out here.
If you don't mind, I just wanted to share one last thing, and that is just a couple extra services we do offer our residents on our 38-acre campus.
Sure.
That our residents absolutely do enjoy.
Yeah.
And that is right within Ring House, we have Smith Life, which is our home care agency.
Mhm.
So many of our residents utilize those services for different reasons. Some companionship,
Mhm.
some because they need a little extra help, some med management. And so they are actually right within Ring House, which really makes it so convenient for our residents to have it right there. As I mentioned, Hirsch Health Center, which is our physicians, is also right in Ring House. So many of our residents at Ring House have Hirsch as their primary care. Again, it's right there in the building.
Mhm.
So they can walk right down, or if absolutely necessary, those physicians can go right to their apartments as well. We also have many specialists that come in so they can see a specialist, again, right in the same building. They do not need to leave the community. They actually don't need to even leave the building because it's in Ring House. We have physical, occupational, and speech therapy.
Wow.
Right in the building. So many of our residents have been able to, if they need a little extra help,
Mhm.
see those therapists right again in the same building. Everything's right there for them. So again, pretty amazing to be able to have those services right there. One, again, make sure I'm not missing anything. We do have a social worker on staff. So many residents have seen them if they just
Wow.
need a little assistance trying to navigate. Once again, I think I started my conversation with healthcare, senior living can be a little confusing, a lot
Yes.
confusing. So
Mhm.
sometimes navigating through whether I need independent, I need assisted living, I might need a little home care. Sometimes I might need a post-acute stay. Having a social worker help you with some of that navigation. We do have a social worker on staff. And then again, we have all levels of care. So sometimes somebody needs that post-acute care for a short stay and then come right back to Ring House, or maybe need that transition to assisted living.
Mhm.
We have it all here at Charles C. Smith Life Community. So it really does help our older adults really have it at all on 38 acres.
And it's very impressive how convenient that you make everything for your residents here over the greenhouse. So that's pretty impressive. Okay?
So I apologize, I do want to get to the questions, but I did want to make sure I didn't miss the opportunity to share that information.
Thank you. So I'm just gonna be looking over here at the questions and let me see here. So Sandy is asking, do new residents to independent living have to meet an income requirement? That's a good question.
They do not.
So they do not. So thank you for that question, Sandy. And then Charlotte is asking, what is the average rent for a 1-bedroom apartment?
I can take that one. We have two different rate structures, basically. We have what we call market rates, and then we have a limited number of what we call subsidy apartments here. So the rent for a 1-bedroom can range from $2,100 up to $4,400 for the smaller 1-bedroom.
And so why don't we talk a little bit about our, what we would call our subsidy or affordable, which is a little bit different than those that are done through either a Section 8 or HOC housing, affordable type of rent that are done, that are completely income-based rentals. They are based on your income and qualified, but they are set rental amounts, but you do have to qualify for those based on your income and your assets, but the actual rent is not adjusted based on your income or assets, but you have to qualify for them based on your income and your assets. That probably sounds a little bit clear as mud. So, so let me try that one more time.
One more.
Any rental or as they reference affordable housing, your rent is adjusted and set based on your income. So if you, let's say your income is $1,000, your rent might be $300. Or if you make $2,000, it could be $600. This isn't set that way. You have to qualify based on your income and your assets, but the rent itself is always the same. So the rental amounts range from $1,563 to $2,930. And then you qualify to fall in those categories. And to get more information, we'll put Greg's information in the chat box. Please give us a call. We'd love to talk to you and explain it in a little bit more detail. It's definitely much easier to do that in person than to try and do it on here. But we do have 99 of those apartments. We don't always have them available because obviously, as you can imagine, many people love to move into those and qualify for those. But we do have a few of those available right now.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that information, because finance is always an important factor to
Absolutely.
consider. And then also just to clarify Sandy's questions. So the only time that you have to meet an income requirement is if
Correct.
it is an affordable
Correct.
apartment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for clarifying that. So the next question, Charlotte had a two-parter. So her next question was, what proportion of your residents are Jewish?
I would say your ring house, I would say probably 80 to 90%, I would say.
Wow, that's a pretty,
Yeah,
that's a
pretty
nice
high
percentage.
portion.
Yes, it is. So beyond, I know that this is a Jewish faith-based community.
Yes.
What about some of your residents that are Christian, Catholic, Lutheran?
I would say that all denominations would feel comfortable in a ring house, so, which is really comforting for a lot of families who aren't Jewish.
Thank you
We
so
certainly
much.
do celebrate all those high holidays and have Shabbat services and all that. But again, some of our Christian residents really actually have found they enjoyed participating in those. So all are welcome.
It's
most
always
definitely.
nice. Yeah, it's always nice learning from each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that question. And then So Sandy is asking, can you have a car on campus? And this is a good
Absolutely.
question.
Yes, most definitely.
So we can have a car.
Yes.
So are there any additional parking fees associated with having a
There
car?
are no additional fees for parking. No.
So parking is free.
Parking is free.
So not only do I not really need a car, but if I do
If you
want a
have
car.
one, you can bring it and park it for free.
And you have an assigned spot, so any resident who has a car, you get your own spot to park, so you're not fighting for a parking spot.
And so I guess I'm gonna ask this question, what about when you have the visitors?
There is visitor
We have
parking.
visitor parking, most definitely.
Wonderful, thank you so much, and thank you for the question. So another question is, are you doing in-person tours?
We are most definitely doing in-person tours.
Come on
So we
down.
would love to show you this beautiful community.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Will there be a virtual tour of the campus and apartments?
We will not be doing that today, but I can certainly facilitate that on a one-on-one basis.
Yes, we
If for
can.
some reason you're not able to come to the community in person, I can certainly set up a virtual tour and take you through the main highlighted areas of the community.
Okay, thank you so much. And then-
And just so everybody does know, we also have virtual tours of our apartments online. And we will put our website in the chat box. But we do also have our 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, our dining room and our sunroom on our website as well.
Nice, nice. And so someone did ask, are we gonna get to Landau? So I think this is a good time to
It's a
transition.
perfect bridge, yeah.
Right, a perfect bridge. So we discussed earlier that there is a continuum of care offered here on campus. So we're gonna start talking about Landau House. Can you give us an overview about the Landau House residents?
I can certainly cover that, yes, definitely.
Thank
So
you.
Landau, as mentioned, is our assisted living community. It's directly next door to Ring House.
Okay,
The communities are actually connected through a throughway. So you can actually walk from one to another and not have to go outside in the bad weather, which is nice.
nice.
So in Landau House, we basically assist residents with what we call activities of daily living. So things such as dressing, bathing, mobility assistance, medication management, using the restroom. We basically design a customized care plan for each resident that comes to the community.
Mm-hmm.
We have care staff and nurses in the community 24 hours a day. So there's a lot of direct supervision of residents who need assistance.
Wow, so that's a lot of support for your residents over there at Landau House.
Yes.
So, and just to kind of give the, what the makeup of Landau is. So we kind of talked a little bit about Ring and Ring's 250
Mhm.
apartments.
Mhm.
Landau is under the actual, I'll give the technical side and then I'll kind of back that down a little bit. So Landau is licensed at 78. So you hear us talk about Landau and Cohen-Rosen.
Mhm.
So they're all under Landau. So Landau is technically 78. 18 of those licensed, they use the word beds, but I don't like that word. So I'm gonna call them, their studio apartments are our Cohen-Rosen memory care. And that is really a separate building. It is the most beautiful memory care house.
Mhm.
Absolutely gorgeous. Kind of reminds me of a ski lodge, and it is
Mhm.
truly designed 100% specially designed, was modeled, had a lot of architectural and engagement to be designed for a memory care unit. Then we have 60 one-bedroom apartments for assisted living. And just last year, we opened 8 of those into a new neighborhood called Connections, which are all 1-bedroom memory care as well. So we today serve 26 memory care, have the ability to serve 26 memory care apartment suites. 18 of those are studios and 8 of those are 1 bedrooms. And we chose to do the 8 in connections that are 1 bedroom because one of the needs we found in our marketplace were those couples that they wanted to be together. One individual might have memory care and the other may not, but they wanted to be able to be together. So now we have the ability to serve them in our 1 bedroom apartments in Landau House. So we are so excited to be able to offer another segment from a memory care perspective. So that all is what kind of encompasses in our Landau House. But you'll hear us reference, we have Landau House and Cohen-Rosen. And Cohen-Rosen is our separate 18 memory care studio. And as Greg said, we serve and assist our residents with daily living that need everything from showering, med management, anything that they need, we can serve them until they get to the point maybe their medical needs really outweigh and they might need to move into that skilled nursing environment. But we work really hard to be able to keep them in that environment as long as possible.
Thank you so much. And what really struck a chord with me is the connections, just how you're forward thinking about making sure that we keep those family connections, right? Keep those couples together as, you know, we age at different times and have different needs. So that's super important.
A couple other notes on Landau House. We do include 3 meals a day in Landau House and Cohen-Rosen. And we do also provide the weekly housekeeping as well as laundry service.
Oh, so that, you know, that's where I was going next.
Yeah.
So then also tell me this. I know you had so many different apartment home styles to choose from over at Ring. How about at Landau House? Are there also options as well for 4 plans in apartment homes?
Landau, as Deanna mentioned, is comprised of 1 bedroom apartments.
Okay.
And 2 bedroom.
And,
I do
limited number
apologize,
of
I
2
said
bedrooms.
1 bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and again, Cohen-Rosen are studio apartments.
Okay.
So 1-room studio.
So then the services included, we discussed all of those services. Are they included in the monthly fee?
They are included in the monthly fee. There's a base rate for the apartment, the room and the board portion,
Right.
and then there's 5 different care levels based on how much assistance someone needs. So our nursing team does a very detailed assessment to determine a resident's needs. And again, we put together that customized care plan for each resident.
Wow, okay. So 5 levels of care.
Yes.
And then that is based on an assessment, their initial assessment upon moving into the community by a nurse. Okay, thank you for that.
Of course.
And then we talked about, is there also a community fee at Landau House?
We do have a community fee at Landau House. It's actually a little bit higher than Ring House. Again, the care is more specialized, so the community fee is a little higher. So it is $7,000 for Landau House, $7,500 for Cohen-Rosen House.
Okay, thank you.
And if I can talk a little bit, so just like Ring House, we also have that same robust lifestyle. So we have the creative art. We've got very specialized memory care and activity programs, very robust, very specialized from the memory care perspective. We have the music program over there. Activities, very robust, wellness. So very similar to Ring, we also have that at Landau House and Cohen-Rosen. Each one of the floors that they have like a country kitchen and a living space in the middle of all of those. Both of the communities also have beauty salons, both have therapy in them. So also Landau has therapy available for them as well. They also have Hirsch physicians available if they're interested in having a Hirsch physician that comes directly to the community, so you do not need to take your loved one out of the community. And then the apartments themselves do have little kitchenettes in them.
Okay.
So not a stove, but they do have a
microwave.
little fridge and a microwave.
Yeah.
So they have that ability if they want to have some items in their apartments as well. Again, we do keep kosher at Landau, but they do have their ability to make their decisions in their own apartments
Nice.
as well. So They very similar, like lifestyle and robust lifestyle at Landau, similar to Ring, but it aligned and adjusted with the residents and their cognitive status.
Okay, okay, so it's again specialized to your residents based on what needs they have as far as needs for activities of daily living or memory and.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I think we have a few more questions. We already answered the community fee at Landau. And Sarah Geller wants to tell everybody that Cohen-Rosen and Landau are fantastic. Thank you so much, Sarah. We appreciate that. But Pat's got a good question. She is asking, can Landau residents have private duty aides?
Yes.
They most definitely can, if they need that extra support or someone,
Or once.
wants it, definitely.
Yeah, we have many who want it or need it, but absolutely.
And so then we also can, and thank you for that, but we also, what about the outings?
They also have outings
They
as
have a
well.
very robust outing schedule.
That bus goes. Let me just say, that bus moves.
Yeah.
So is there, and then I'm thinking this, is there an opportunity for residents and the Landau residents to attend outings together or?
When appropriate, they
When
absolutely,
appropriate?
they absolutely do. And we do have individuals, I will say there's couples who sometimes one resident may move to Landau, one does stay in Ring, sometimes they go together. And as Greg said, the nice part is there is a connection between, so there's, makes it easy from a visitation perspective.
Makes it very easy. Thank you for that. So that we're able to have that extra support of the private duty aid. And I know that your staff provides a lot of assistance with the activities of daily living. The private duty aid, that would just be additional support.
Additional support, yes.
And we're talking about folks maybe that need 24 hours care.
That is quite possible.
For safety
Some residents
reasons.
that do have that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, for safety reasons.
Yeah.
And I find sometimes what we have seen a lot of times is companionship as well. Sometimes the residents really like the companionship to have somebody with them.
Especially the first couple weeks to help with the adjustment and the transition coming from home.
We know that social aspect of your well-being is so very important. So thank you for that. And then of course, these are kind of redundant questions, but what about pets?
We actually do not allow pets in assisted living or memory care, unfortunately.
Okay, understood.
Yes, pets are welcome though. So families can bring your pets over for a visit.
For a visit, so
yes.
that's always fun, right? When there's a dog or somebody friendly to visit.
And we do have some pet therapy groups coming in for
so,
visits from time to time. So
that would be interesting.
yes.
So another question we have, are meals 7 days a week, which I think we answered that.
Yes, 3 meals a day, 7 days a week.
Thank you, Michael, for that question.
Yep.
And then what are the monthly costs for Landau? We can go over that again. Can you just give a little refresher for?
The base rate for the apartment is about $7,500, $7,486. And then again, there's 5 different care levels ranging from about $718 a month up to $3,700 a month. So there's a range. And again, we need to do a really detailed assessment of the residents' needs in order to come up with that exact care level pricing.
Right, so that's a complicated answer. And again, it sounds like it's based on the needs of the resident when moving in. So thank you so much.
Sure.
And Pat is asking, at Landau, is there someone on duty all night in case the resident needs help?
Yes, most definitely. We have care staff and nursing available 24/7.
That's very
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's very important to our family members there that have a loved one or someone at an assisted living facility. So
Most
thank
definitely.
you so much, Pat. That was a really great question. Let me see here. Now, Sandy is asking, what would you say the average age of a Ring resident is? Oh, people don't like to talk about their age, Sandy.
I would say 80s.
Yeah, about 80. We've actually had some new residents come in their late 60s recently. And we've had a resident recently arrived who's in their early 90s and fit as a fiddle and totally independent. But on average, I would say around 80 or so.
But they definitely
Yeah.
range.
Yeah.
So I would say then that Ring attracts a nice range
Yes.
of individuals. So that's a great question. Thank you. And then also, she's asking what kind of assessment do you have to pass for independent living? I think there's no
Assessment.
There's
Yeah,
no
we don't
physical
require an assessment.
No.
Right.
Independent.
And I will say, we have got residents, as Greg said, there is a gentleman who does a dancing show every week. And when I found out his age, I thought I was gonna fall off my rocker
He's
because,
over 90. Yeah.
and I would have said he was 70.
Oh goodness.
I'm not kidding. I could not believe his age. It just mind blowing to me, like.
So that really robust wellness program is
Yeah,
paying
so
off.
I'm telling
Keep
you.
people fit.
Yep. Our executive director goes out and dances with him. I think it's on Fridays. He has a dancing thing that they broadcast through the in-house. But now that
Yes.
obviously we're opening up more and more residents are coming down and everybody's kind of dancing. But yes, he absolutely impressive. So yes, I'm always impressed. I have to say, I've decided age is absolutely a number.
Never a dull moment.
It is not. So they kept me very young when I was over there. I will tell you that. But a very great question.
Very great question. And then we've got another great question from Michael. He's asking, is there a discount for a second person in Ring and Landau? That's a good question.
Yes and yes.
There actually is, yes. Yes, for in Ring House, it's I believe $950 for the second person.
That's not the discount. That is
Yeah,
the
that's
fee.
the fee. Yeah, that's the actual fee.
Okay,
Yes.
thank
Yes.
you so much. And Pat is asking, it's a good question, at Landau, will staff help lift a resident who falls, or is 911 called to assist?
We can definitely help when the resident falls in a Landau house. Again, with assisted living, we have our care staff and our nursing staff is in the building 24 hours a day, and they're able to immediately respond. If a resident has a fall or something, other type of emergency happens, they're able to assess the situation and determine whether they can provide direct care, get the person up, or they can make the decision to call 911 if it's truly an emergency.
Okay,
So they're trained to make that call, basically.
good. And that's another benefit of living at Landau House, our assisted living community. If there are issues with falls and things like that, you would have that support, giving our loved ones a peace of mind.
Most definitely.
Ring, I will say it is definitely 911.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Just with Ring, to clarify, all the residents at Ring House do have emergency pendants.
Yes.
So they are able to either call the front desk or push their pendant, and we would actually send someone up to investigate.
Yes.
But within Ring House, we're not able to provide that direct care. We do have to call 911, but we're certainly going to send someone up to assess the situation.
Okay.
So a little added security there.
That's very important.
And we also have a motion so that if there's not movement, we also do a check-in.
Yeah.
Technology. Wow.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, we have about 4 minutes, maybe time for one more question. And I think, Sandy, we did ask if one belongs or wants to attend religious services elsewhere, is there transportation or do you arrange your own?
You do arrange your own transportation.
Okay, all right, thank you. And here. And then we did talk about the community fees for both Ring and Landau. So those are two different fees, two different costs. So thank you so much for that question.
Everyone remember, it's
We wanna
currently
remember.
being waived at Ring House right now.
So the community
So
fee.
it's a great opportunity.
Community fee being waived at Ring House, limited time.
Call
How can we
Greg.
call Greg for a
All
tour?
Greg.
We're open for tours. And then I wanted to make sure that we have I think we've got Greg's contact information in the chat. So you get down and see the wonderful residences that we have to offer here. Is there anything else? We've got 3 minutes. Anything else that you guys want to say to our audience about our residential house?
Could someone from the audience say something?
Yes. Oh, wow.
So my name is Steve Glazer, and I'm technically crashing this meeting because
Hi,
I live in
Steve.
the Ring
Hi.
House. I moved to the Ring House last week, and I absolutely love everything connected with this place. All of you in this call would do yourself a huge favor if you be in touch with Greg and schedule a meeting here. It's wonderful. I would say if you're thinking,
Wow.
it's
Thank
it's
you,
like living on a
Steve.
cruise.
Steve.
This was totally unplanned. Thank you, Steve.
We
It's
did
like
not
living on a
plan
cruise
This was totally unplanned.
You wake up in the same
Thank you,
spot.
Steve.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Activities, scheduled meals with huge menus. Just do yourself a favor, look into it. You won't regret it.
Steve, I'm gonna have to come over and meet you. I haven't met you yet. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You
I
guys,
know
you all
Robin.
heard him.
And I know Greg very well.
It was a pleasure assisting you in moving to the community.
It's a fantastic place. Everything I dreamed of and better, even.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for that, Steve. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week. We really appreciate it. Again, don't forget to call Greg to schedule a tour. Until the next time, have a wonderful afternoon. And thank
Bye-bye,
you both
everyone.
for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Mhm.